So Fox Sports is one of the biggest networks when it comes to covering sports. They've been around since the mid-90s and they have gotten to the top. Like I said, when it comes to sports coverage, they are massive. They are huge. And they are now being hit with arguably what is one of the biggest, if not the biggest lawsuit that I have seen within the sporting world. It got reported today. Fox, Skip Bayless, and others are being sued on 14 counts, including battery, and the lawsuit itself is around 42 pages long. And if we look right here, this is the first page of the lawsuit, and it goes over a few of the things that are being talked about in this lawsuit, and that's going ahead. And there's a class action as well as an individual lawsuit being put in this. So there's two parts of this lawsuit. The whole class action is failure to pay minimum wages, failure to pay overtime wages, failure to reimburse business expenses, failure to pay all wages upon separation, failure to furnish accurate itemized wage statements, unfair, unlawful, and fraudulent business practices. Now, first off the bat, obviously, these are very bad things when it comes to this class action lawsuit. Not paying your employees correctly is extremely terrible and is extremely scummy by the company. But compared to other things, not paying your employees, yes, it's bad, but compared to these next ones, is not nearly as bad, with the individual complaints coming as sexual battery, hostile work environment when it comes to race and national origin, hostile work environment when it comes to disability, failure to prevent harassment, negligent supervision, hiring and retention, retaliation, and wrongful termination. And this is all supposedly being sued by who I believe to be a former hairdresser of Fox Sports. So this person was involved with Fox Sports and they themselves were a hairdresser within the company, and they are the ones that are filing this lawsuit. And there are two main parts that I want to have a look when it comes to this lawsuit, and the two main parts that are making its ways around on Twitter, and the two main parts that really everyone's talking about, because it involves, one of them involves a very big person involved in this, and the second one is just completely wild. So the first one we're going to have a look at is Skip Bayless. Now, if you don't know who Skip Bayless is, he is one of the most infamous figureheads in the sporting commentary world. He has had some of the worst takes in the world when it comes to sports over the last 2 decades. I'd say that he's really been popular. He's been covering sports ever since I think the 70s or something like that. But really it only was the 2000s and then ESPN's First Take, where he really did start to actually take off and become extremely popular, to which he made his entire millions and fortune off. But he is being talked about in this lawsuit multiple times. First, he's been talked about where he makes very weird advances on the person who's filing this lawsuit against Fox Sports. And the one part that everyone is talking about is that apparently the person who's filing this lawsuit, Miss Faraji, she believes that she has cancer and conveys this to Mr. Bayless in an attempt to stop his advances because he was making advances on her, to which he offers $1.5 million to have sex with him. That is fucking insane. And if you don't know as well, Skip Bayless, I don't know if he's actually married, but I know that he has a partner, and he's had a partner for many years. I don't know if they're actually married because I don't think they have any kids together, at least from what I know of. But he has a partner this whole time, and then he offers this woman $1.5 million to have sex with her after she attempts to stop the sexual advances because she thinks she might have cancer. Look at the end of this where it says, Mr. Bayless made another advance on Miss Faraji saying that, Skip, stop, you have a wife. Oh, they are married. Sorry, that's my bad. And then he responds with, aren't you Muslim? Doesn't your dad have 3 to 4 wives? What kind of fucking comments are these? These are insane. I mean, oh my Lord. What is wrong? I always knew that something like Skip Bayless had a few screws loose. I always found him entertaining. 110%. I loved watching him on First Take and then Undisputed, mainly when it was Shannon Sharp was on the show. But it was still entertainment. But I still knew that he had a few screws loose, that he wasn't all there, without a doubt. And this right here just confirms it. The fact that he would come out and say something like that and do these, it just blows my mind. And now I understand it even more. We all know that Shannon Sharpe left undisputed because of Skip Bayless and how much of a piece of crap he was. But this just goes to show that he's even worse than we first came to know him to be. But this second part right here that I'm going to talk about, despite the Skip Bayless one being worse, like I would say that's worse. Making sexual advances on someone when they are trying to push you away and try to get you to stop, that's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. And I feel bad for this woman that she had to go through that, and then getting offered 1.5 million to sleep with him. Like, that's just absolutely insane. But this one right here has been making its ways around Twitter even more, where Joy Taylor, who was a host on one of the shows on Fox, apparently started using her body to get her way into the position that she was in by sleeping with multiple people at Fox Sports. One of them being Emmanuel Acho, and if you don't know who that guy is, he's a host on Fox Sports on one of the shows there, and he also used to be a former NFL player. But the one that I find even more intriguing is that apparently she slept with Charlie Dixon. This man is the executive vice president of content for Fox Sports 1. That, right? So she was just going ahead and spreading her legs for everyone at the company in order to get her position. You know what? Like, yes, that is bad. And something like that shouldn't happen, because when it comes to, you know, people being hired in a company, people getting promoted in companies, people getting put in certain positions, it should ultimately come down to, are you capable for that role? It shouldn't come down to anything else. Doesn't matter like what color you are, doesn't matter what nationality you are, where you come from, or what it is. It matters, are you the best fit for this role? That's what it should come down to. But at the same time, like, yes, it's dumb, but fuck, this girl, she really didn't give a damn. She was like, I'm going to get my way to the top one way or another. And if I got to spread my legs for all these men in order to get myself into the position that I want, I'm going to do it. I mean, that's really some boss bitch kind of shit. It's wild. She did this multiple times as well, from what this lawsuit is saying. Is that, like I said, it's not that she only slept with one person and she slept with like just this executive. Apparently she slept with multiple people within Fox Sports in order to get promotions, in order to be favorable with certain people within the company. Because from what I've seen online, apparently before she had this hosting job, she was a nobody. Like, she really wasn't anyone, and she didn't like work her way to the top in the way that it's usually made. Instead, she kind of just spread her legs to the top in order to get into the position that she was. And like I said, as much as it's a bad thing, you got to give this woman props. You kind of have to. I mean, it's fucking terrible, because it definitely puts some other women, some other men out of positions that they probably should have been in. But fuck me. Jesus Christ, man. Like, you know for a fact that Fox Sports isn't the only company that something like that happens in. Like, without a doubt, there are so many companies where that would happen. And from what I have read and from what I have seen online, it definitely seems as though like she was fine with this. Like, it was consensual. It wasn't like, you know, it was where these men were, at least from what I've seen, where they were kind of forcing themselves onto her. Like, you have to get it. No, she was the one using herself to get these positions. That's what it seems. That's what's wild about, because usually a lot of the times when you hear about some woman sleeping with an executive in order to get in the position, it's because the man was like to her, oh, sleep with me and I'll give you this. It's more of she's the one putting herself out there and spreading her legs and being like, yeah, give me the position and I'll give you this. That's what it seems like, which to me is like, damn, we don't see this that often. But this whole entire lawsuit, like all jokes aside about this, the whole lawsuit itself, if you want to go look for it, you can find it online. I'll probably find it again because I don't have the link on me right now, but I'll find it. I'll link it down below if you want to have a look at the whole entire lawsuit yourself. But I would definitely like to hear what you guys think about all this down below. That's going to be it for me. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.